From his days as a standout running back at Troy High School in Fullerton and then at UCLA, Derek Coleman Jr. has been doing what others said couldn't be done. And as Paul Majors shows us, he continues to defy the odds.
It's been a long, tough journey for Derek Coleman Jr., starting with the day he was born. His mom and grandmother had to fight through rush hour traffic just to get to the hospital.
And so the grandmother ended up going in a lane she wasn't supposed to. The police officer stopped her and she was like, well, she's in labor. And so they were like, okay, well, go ahead.
Like all parents, Derek Sr. and May had high hopes for their new bundle of joy.
I went through the whole range of emotions, but when the day he came here, all that set aside, and that was one of the most happiest days actually of my life.
But joy turned to fear when Derek Jr. was about 3 years old. The couple noticed something different about him.
I would take him to the barber shop, and the barber would always talk to him, and he didn't really respond, and wasn't sure why.
Derek Sr. and May wanted answers. They soon got them after being referred to an audiologist. Their young son was diagnosed as hearing impaired. With only 25% hearing in his ears, he had to be fitted with hearing aids.
When I found out something was wrong, it was kind of like heart-wrenching. Like my heart just dropped, like something is really wrong with my child.
It was really a trying time for us because now, okay, what is his future going to be like? Is he going to be able to play with other kids? How is he going to communicate?
Derek Jr. went to a speech therapist and learned how to read lips, but school would still be a challenge.
They would call him 4 ears. They would knock his hearing aids out. They wouldn't want to play with him because he was different. He would be alone on the blacktop by himself.
As a parent, you're angry when you find out your kid is being bullied, and you want to do something.
Derek Jr. never forgot the pain of being bullied.
So when something like turned to me wearing hearing aids and people picking on you because of that, it kind of takes you to a whole nother level.
Derek's parents were determined to help their son.
Even though he was young, I still wanted him to know that if somebody is making fun of you or someone is teasing you, move yourself away from that person and you go on and you find kids that will play with you.
We would always, get Derek when he come home from school. We would talk to him in the room, about how to deal with this, about not fighting, because that's a natural instinct. Someone bullies you, you want to fight.
By the time Derek was in the 7th grade, sports became the outlet. First basketball, then football.
I was definitely afraid. When Derek came to us initially and said he wanted to play football, my fear was that whatever hearing he had at that point, whatever little hearing he had that was responding to the hearing aids, I didn't want that to be jeopardized.
The field became his security blanket.
When you're in between those white lines, football is the only thing that matters. Nothing else matters, whether you have problems at home, with your marriage, hearing problems, depression, everything else is out the window.
Derek put all problems aside while playing Troy High School in Fullerton. He blossomed into a dominant player at UCLA. He defied the odds and made the Seattle Seahawks team as a free agent last year. He reads the quarterback's lips when the QB calls the plays and reacts by sight when the ball is snapped.
Everybody only wants to be judged on how they perform, they just want to be given the opportunity, and that's what I love about football.
Off the field, Derek has become a role model for others, even starring in this commercial from Duracell.
They told me it couldn't be done, but I've been deaf since I was 3, so I didn't listen. And now I'm here with a lot of fans in the NFL cheering me on.
Everyone who said he could not play collegiate football, he couldn't play in the NFL, he couldn't play for major teams, whoever said it, all the naysayers, we were able to shut it down.
He's carrying the hopes and dreams of the family at this point, because now he's not only a Super Bowl champion, he's a representative of our family.
At the end of the day, that's what I'm glad I have my parents for, able to keep me sane. Because sometimes I just wanted to give up. I felt different than everybody else. I was different than everybody else, but nobody wants to be different. Everybody wants to be the same as the normal crowd.
Well, he is truly a class act on the field and off. This summer, Derek Coleman made news when he gave up his first-class seat on a flight to Seattle to a Marine, telling him it was a small appreciation for his service.